Hi, this is Dr. Chuck Rowe. I'm the Assistant Fine Arts Director for Mansfield ISD. This is the informational meeting for Mansfield ISD High School Drill Team Tryouts. The tryout schedule and dates are as follows. The clinic will run from April 13th through the 16th. That is a Tuesday through Friday. Those in-person clinics will be located at the campus, and students are highly encouraged to attend those in-person clinics so they can learn the dance in person and have the opportunity to ask questions or get additional help. The tryouts will follow on Saturday, April the 17th. Specific campus times can be found on the Mansfield ISD Fine Arts Department webpage. Summit, Timberview, and Lake Ridge will try out at the Lake Ridge High School gym. Mansfield and Legacy will try out at the Legacy High School gym. Eligibility. Your student must be enrolled in Mansfield ISD and trying out at the school where the student is approved to attend for the next school year. So if your student is not currently an enrolled student in Mansfield ISD, they need to be enrolled at the time of tryouts. And a candidate may only try out at one MISD school. If you have a situation where you are moving or you are requesting a transfer, please contact the Fine Arts office and we can discuss which school you should be trying out at. Let's talk about the application. The application is due Friday, March 12th. The process for that application is to fill out the application form, which can be found at the department website, and you can complete that application either online, email, fax, or snail mail. A parent or legal guardian needs to complete this form for each student. You will be asked for the student's school assignment for the 21-22 school year, their current school, current grade, student ID, the student's name, student's email address, student's home address, city, zip, student's phone number, parent's name, parent phone number, legal guardian if applicable, parent address if it's different from the student's address, and whether you rent, own, and you'll be asked for the parent email. The parent email is going to be a crucial piece a little bit later. The second section of the application is attendance verification, and you will check whether you are a current resident or you are on a district-approved transfer. The final section is the parent acknowledgement statements. You will read each of those statements, and if you agree to them, you will signify that on the form and date it. Again, the due date is Friday, March 12th. There is no utility bill requirement, and all of your attendance information will be verified in Skyward and in the Tarrant County Appraisal District. We do that because we've had a history of some people saying that they lived in the district and they didn't. And once that is discovered, those students are no longer eligible to be on one of our squads. Once we look at that information in the Tarrant County Appraisal District, you may be asked to supply some additional documentation before your student can be cleared to try out. That might be a rental agreement or an affidavit if the house that you live in is not registered in your name. If we need any of that documentation, you will be contacted by our department secretary, Christy Glover. The process for submitting the application this year is a little different than it has been in the past. You will submit that form to the Fine Arts office, and there are several ways that you can do that. The best way and easiest way to submit the form is doing the online Google form. You can get the link from that from the Fine Arts Department webpage. The second way you can submit your application is to look at the application online, print it out, fill it out, scan it. Then you can email that form to finearts@misdmail.org, or you could fax that form to our fax number, which is 817-548-2105, or you could mail that form. You could put it in an envelope, take it to the post office or in your mailbox, and mail it to the Fine Arts Department at 1120 West Debbie Lane, Mansfield, Texas 76063. We will not be accepting any applications in person. Our buildings and campuses follow strict COVID safety protocols, so we're not really allowing any visitors at this time. So all of your applications will be contactless submissions only. So no in-person applications can be accepted. Again, the due date is Friday, March 12th. Once you've submitted your application, either it's online or if you email it to us or fax it or you mail it to us, you will get an email from the Fine Arts Department email address stating that you have submitted your application and it has been received. Do not get rid of that email because that is your confirmation that you have actually submitted your application to the Fine Arts Department. If the application is not complete, your student will not be cleared to try out. And if it's not complete, we'll make every effort to contact you to make sure that that form gets completed before the deadline. Financial obligations. If you have previous financial obligations, those must be taken care of before your student can be cleared to try out. Tryouts. Materials for the tryout can be found on that Mansfield ISD Fine Arts Department webpage, and there will be videos for the dances that are expected to be done during the tryouts. The in-person clinics will be held on each campus the Tuesday through Friday before tryouts. I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Those clinics are highly recommended that your student attend those. We will be following COVID-19 safety protocols at the clinics and the tryouts. Our students will be expected to be socially distant during the clinics. For the tryouts, each student will have an individual time, and we will keep those students socially distant as they warm up and as they get ready for tryouts and for the actual tryout themselves. We do ask that you do not hang out in the parking lot and that you leave once your tryout is complete. You may have some questions about if a student gets quarantined, and in the case that does happen, we do have a plan for that. So if your student does get quarantined during the tryout week, please contact the Fine Arts Department so we can put that quarantine plan into action. Once the tryouts are complete, results will be posted online after all of the candidates have completed tryouts for all of the schools, and that list can be found at the department webpage. Every campus will also have some informational videos and forms or PowerPoints for you and your student. So once you complete this video, go to your specific school and you can look at all the forms and the videos. If you have any questions, feel free to email the Fine Arts Department at finearts@misdmail.org, or you can call 817-299-7630.